What's up, everybody? I always got something on my shirt, messing with AJ. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Quizzy. Man, I'm back today with another video. Man, this is going on day 3 of me being a full-time content creator. Now, I'm doing content and I'm doing content creating reaction videos online, doing music online, and you know, just that with content. Then I'm also in the crypto world, so I'm figuring out how to make money off of crypto and just doing everything. So I just want to say everything that y'all do, like liking and subscribing and commenting on every video, it helps me out. And it's so many comments at this point, I can't get to everybody, but I try my best to get to everybody. And now today we're gonna check out Elvis post-army interview. Now we're gonna check him out, man, because everybody been saying check out him. You know, I got a lot of respect for him going to the military. I don't believe he had a choice, but I believe that he still was like really solid for going to the military and then wanting to be amongst the ranks of other, you know, the civilians that turned into military personnel. I think that it takes a lot for you not to use your status in that case and for you to really just like want to be a part of the masses, knowing that this is war. This is not a joke. This is not a game. All right, so let's check that out, man. Hit the like button right now, man. Do your boy a favor. Hit it right now, all right? All right, said Elvis was discharged and he arrived to Memphis by a train. The next day, Elvis met up with reporters for a press conference.
Ready to go?
Ready when you are. I'm always ready.
March 8th, 1960.
Okay, we're going to start at this. This is not part of the questioning, but did you get the black-eyed peas when you got home?
I haven't eaten anything yet.
Haven't eaten anything?
No. I've just been looking around more or less since I've been back. You know.
Now, to get down to the serious side of it, Elvis, now that the Army's part of the past, can you give us in detail some of your future plans?
Well, the first thing I have to do is to cut some records. And then after that, I have the television show with Frank Sinatra.
Woo! So, okay, so when we checked out that Frank Sinatra one, just to let y'all know, if y'all haven't checked out the Frank Sinatra reaction video I did, you can actually go on my page, go down below, and you can find a playlist that I've actually put all the Elvis reactions into. So, when he did the Frank Sinatra, he was fresh. From the military, like, golly. Hey, bro, that says a lot about your work ethic. You know, some people, they need months. They like to be home for months and then start doing things. You know, he got right back to work and right back to grinding. It wasn't no waiting a while and let it, you know, no, let it die down and stuff like that. Nah, he went right back to work.
And then I have the picture with Mr. Wallace. And after that, I have 2 for 20th Century Fox.
He's like, oh my God.
And after that, heaven knows, I don't. I suppose it'll keep me busy the rest of this year, you know. After that, I don't know.
Well, Elvis, now you're really home. How does it feel?
It's pretty hard to describe, I'll tell you. It's hard to get used to, you know. I mean, I've been looking forward to it for 2 years, and all of a sudden, here it is. It's not easy to adjust to it.
He was in the military for 2 years? And then getting back to this, man, that's crazy. Whew.
Now that you are back, as you look back on your 2 years in the service, what was the most important thing that happened to you during your 2 years, whether it was overseas or here in the States?
Well, there were a number of things that happened. I had quite a few interesting experiences. Slept out in the snow. HC rations, you know, all the regular thing. But I suppose the biggest thing of all is the fact that I did make it. I made it just like everybody. I mean, I tried to play it straight, you know, like everybody else.
Right, respect.
And I made a lot of friends that I never would have made otherwise. And all in all, it's been a pretty good experience, you know.
Elvis, you still have time to serve now for Uncle Sam. Have you given any thought as to where you're going to serve your reserve training?
Prospecting is one of the hardest jobs out there. We get it. Think about how many calls.
Well, sir, I will be on the reserve status here in Memphis at the reserve center here. But they have a clause which covers people with traveling jobs. If you have a traveling job or if you live too far away from your reserve center, they put you on standby. Whereas you don't have to make their meetings, but you are subject to be called at any emergency or anything of that nature.
So, for him being a reserve, and y'all can let me know, you know what I'm saying? I'm a free thinker, but I'm also a free listener. And what I mean by that is when y'all say things, I don't think everything that I say is fact. I think that I take a combination of what everybody says, and I choose the facts out of that, and I formulate my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. There probably is already a word, but what I'm hearing from him is that, like, so they could call him back at any time at that point. But what happens is he fuck. I said all that shit. Now I forgot. This is like basically what I was gonna say was they could just call him back at any point, and he would have to go back into service if there was an emergency.
Elvis, one of your future commitments, as you mentioned, is the Frank Sinatra show on the ABC television network. Do you have any idea of when this will be aired?
Now, I really don't know the exact date.
Right. Well, how could he know?
I would imagine it's somewhere around the 1st of May.
If you'll forgive me, I have one other part to my question. We understand, speaking of Frank Sinatra, that there has been some rumor about Nancy Sinatra and yourself. Is there a romance in the making here?
Why would you bring that up, though? Like, bro, I swear people be wanting to get all the juicy information out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, some things that, some things with certain reporters, I just want to be like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? But let's be honest, we all kind of really want to know. This is really on my shirt, bro. It's him.
No, I'm afraid not. I only met her in Fort Dix. And she gave me a gift from Frank.
Okay.
And
all right. Gave you a gift.
Very brief. I think she's engaged to Tommy Sands. I don't think he would appreciate that.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Elvis, do you think the music has changed since you've been out of the service? I mean, since you've been in the service?
Possibly, yes. I can't say, really. I haven't been here long enough to even know.
Of course it has, though. Like, Elvis, that was a great answer by him. But of course it's changed. Music moves with culture. Culture moves every single day. One day people are into lollipops. The next thing, the people are into blow pops. It might be the same damn thing, but it's just a different word. Culture changed. Music changed with the culture. Now one thing about music like Elvis, right? Like how we were talking about the ghetto, that's called timeless music. So it transcends generations. So even though that was made back when my parents were young, now I'm young, and it's still hidden from this generation. And I mean, it's a sad, unfortunate event, but my son is only 2. He's not even 2 yet, and it might transcend to his generation. So yeah, so music moves pretty fast though, but certain songs, it stays the same.
Excuse me. The only thing I can say is that if it has changed, well, I would be foolish not to try to change with it,
Right, exactly.
But as of now, I have no reason to change anything.
Keep on doing you. You created the
sound.
sound.
Acting, you have stated you would like to be a more serious actor. And do you plan to possibly go to some school or some dramatic school?
Well, it wouldn't hurt me any to go to school, but I learn best by experience.
Right.
I never was very good in schools of any kind.
Plus, Elvis wouldn't have time for school. Like, he wouldn't have time for that.
And it's going to take me a long time and a lot of experience.
But that is your ultimate ambition?
But as at the present time, it really is.
Right.
That's what I want to do.
That's what's up.
You were asked about Nancy Sinatra. How about any romance? Did you leave any heart, shall we say, in Germany?
Not any special one.
Oh, shit, okay.
There was a little girl that I was seeing quite often over there. That her father was in the Air Force, and Actually, they only got over there about 2 months before I left. I was seeing her, and she was at the airport when I left. And there were some pictures made of her, but it was no big romance. I mean,
that makes sense.
The stories came out, the girl he left behind, and, and all that. It wasn't like that. I mean,
Imagine this. Elvis could have literally made her family and her famous forever by just saying, like, if he would have said, yeah, I left the girl back at yada yada, all they had to do was provide pictures of proof, and they would have been famous forever. You know what I'm saying?
I had to be careful when I answer a question.
See? Facts.
Elvis, in your service life, which did you find the most difficult? When you went into basic training, or when you got over into Germany, over with the experienced soldiers? Which gave you the hardest time?
Well, basic training wasn't hard for me at all. It was harder afterwards, after I had gotten into a regular outfit. Not the service itself, but just the surroundings, and I was in a strange land, and the outfit I was in, they had quite a bit of field duty. We stayed in the field 6 months out of the year.
Woo!
And it gets cold in Germany. It snows quite a bit. And it was pretty hard to adjust to.
One thing further on that, do you have any advice for the boys your age who are now going to have to put in a certain amount of duty in the service?
Well, the only thing I can say is to play it straight and to do your best, because you can't fight them. They've never lost yet, you know? And you can't fight them. So you can make it easy, or you can make it hard on yourself. I mean, if you play it straight, get the people on your side, let them know you're trying, you as the Army would say, you've got it made. If you're going to try to be an individual or try to be different, you're going to go through 2 years of misery.
And they will break your ass down in the military, bro.
Elvis, when do you think you'll record again? When you do you think you'll lean toward the ballad type music or the more upbeat sound?
Well, as far as when I'll record, I really don't know. Possibly this week or next week. And what I'll record, I don't know yet. I've got quite a few songs to choose from. I've collected over the 2 years, but I don't know.
Right, he could drop
exactly,
a lot.
What type or what instruments I'll use, whether it be the Firestone Orchestra or Monty Bonnie or what. I really don't know yet. Shoot.
Well, you said that at the train that that you wanted to get back to what you were doing, and of course that is singing and entertaining. And I take it from that you really enjoy what you're doing, or what you were doing before you went to service.
Oh yes, I do. In fact,
Of course, he was and still is a superstar. Why wouldn't he enjoy it? That's great. Going around kissing women and just mwah, mwah. I think that, of course, I know y'all don't get on me. I know they probably came after this interview, but I'm just like, yeah, of course he is, bro. He's young, bro. He's young. He's living. He's full of life. He went in service a hero. He came out of service a hero, and that's not taking away heroes that were in service that lost their life during that tragic time. There were several tragic times. I'm not taking away from that. I'm just saying he's a hero in his own life, because giving men morale is a challenge and a duty in itself. You know what I'm saying?
in fact, that was the hardest part of the entire military service, is being away from it.
Being away from the fans and
just being away from show business altogether. That was the hardest part of all. It wasn't the Army, it wasn't the other men. It was that. It stayed on my mind. I kept thinking about the past all the time, contemplating the future, and
Elvis,
that was the hardest part.
we know your family status has changed since you went into service. Are you going to keep Graceland? Do you have plans of moving away from Memphis, or what?
No, sir, I have no plans for leaving Memphis.
Are you going to keep Graceland?
I'm going to keep Graceland as long as I possibly can.
Well, was this Christmas tree a surprise?
Well, since it's March, it's a little surprise. That's the tree we used in 1957.
We can leave the Christmas tree long enough about your tonsils and the tonsillectomy that you were contemplating while you were in the service. Did you deliberately ask that it be held off until you could get to the United States and a local doctor?
No, sir.
Or did they improve that much?
I didn't ask that. They don't like to perform surgery of any kind in Europe. They don't like to. If it's an emergency, they will.
Wow.
But I took penicillin and wonder drugs or whatever they call it.
You had no recurrence, huh?
I had 2 attacks of tonsillitis and all that.
Damn.
Elvis, did you like the food over there outside of the Army? When you would go out, you know, did you like that type of food?
I never went out. So
You never ate out in a restaurant?
I never ate in a restaurant the entire time I was in Germany.
Dang.
It's funny.
I wonder why.
I either ate in the mess hall or at home. One of the two. I never, in fact, I never went anywhere while I was in Europe except to Paris. I went to Paris and on a leave, and that was all.
Wow, that's interesting.
Now, how did the fans respond to you over there as compared to here in the States?
Well, it's a pretty difficult question to answer because anything I'll say, it might sound a little like I'm bragging, you know?
I like that. And then also anything he say will offend somebody else. Like, cause if he said, oh yeah, they love me over there. They love me more than America. You know, people in America be pissed. They've been like, well, F you. You know, and then vice versa. You know, that's one of the tough questions that being a superstar, thinking on your feet, that's smart.
But it was pretty much the same there as here.
They had seen a lot of your movies.
And the records and so forth. I'd like to go back on a tour over there someday, all of Europe, because the only thing they know about me is what they've read, records and the movies and so forth.
Right.
Elvis, this is not in the form of a question, but I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you home for everybody in Memphis and the South.
Well, thank you. You'll never know how happy I am to be here. Someone asked me this morning, what did I miss about Memphis? And I said, everything.
I asked that question on the train this morning, and we used it several times. And you said anything you mentioned about Memphis that I missed that much.
Well, sir, I've been here for quite a while, about 14 or 15 years now. I pretty well know Memphis. I thought I did till I drove home.
Get any more now, I'll have to start charging you.
How did it feel to come all the way into the station on the train for the first time?
Huh?
How did it feel to come all the way to your destination on the train? You normally get over.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Escape and evasion, they call it in the Army. But, I don't know. I mean, I was hoping there'd be some, people there at the station.
They're right.
And I knew there'd be a lot of my friends there, personal friends. And I wanted to come into the station. I wouldn't have gotten off anywhere else, I mean, this time is different.
If we'd only known that yesterday.
How long do you think you'll be back in Memphis recuperating or getting adjusted back to civilian life?
I would say a couple of weeks.
Right.
That's about all.
Okay, is that all?
Did they just shut off the lights? Is that what they did? They just shut off the lights? Okay, is that all? And just shut off. Oh, thank y'all for checking out this video. Man, my closing thoughts on it, man. I can't expect anything else from him. That's solid. That's such a solid interview. That's such a solid person. Sorry for me talking. There's 2 things that I get excited about. Well, there's quite a few things I get excited about. There's music artists. There's professional music artists. There's intelligent music artists. Elvis, he's really dope. I'm really starting to like him as a person. And then military. I like the U.S. military. So when you combine all of those things together, then you kind of get my opinion out a whole lot. But I just want to say, it's very noble of him to get into the service, get out of the service, and still be focused on the career. He didn't choose sides when it comes to a fan base here, a fan base there. You know what I'm saying? It never is a good thing, and you never really win in that. Some questions you just have to avoid because it sparks up too much controversy. Like obviously, you know, the questions that were brought up about his romantic interest, some things this might be good to answer, but some things it's good to just let it be. Y'all, thank y'all for checking out this video. Thank y'all for supporting me. Y'all, I love y'all. Be safe. Peace.